Zambia, Bamiesu, we are in Tanshibantu. Progress is in the hands of the people. Let's check out what's trending. In the news today, I want to take a look at what happened. We take over for the youth. It's interesting. But anyway, I wanted to look at this article today. This news. The DMMU sets aside 75% of contracts for youths. That's the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit. And it says they have set aside 75% of contracts in various categories of youths in the country with the passion to do business. Speaking after receiving an assorted donations of food and food items towards the fight against coronavirus pandemic fight. Okay, that's it. Oxymoron here. For against coronavirus pandemic from the Somali business community and ECG Church. DMMU, that's the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit. National Coordinator Mr. Chanda Kabwe said the office of the Vice President has a lot of opportunities in which youths can tap into and make a living out of. I'm sure when I see stories like this, let me see. Let me read some more about what it says here. He said a lot of youths have expressed an interest in participating in supplying various products to government through DMMU, a trend that should be adopted by all well-meaning youths. Mr. Kabwe said the office of the Vice President is currently running programs to do with climate change and has been calling on youths to come up with projects that will offer solutions to the prevailing climate change situation. He said such projects will be funded and fully supported by DMMU. To tell you the truth, some of these things, when you read about it, I get so worried that we don't know how to run our own government. We don't know. That's why Shiva Kurania government is. We don't know how to run our own government. So, if we say we have set aside 75% of these contracts for the youth in the country with the passion to do business, and what businesses are we talking about? Supplying stuff. He said President Edgar Lungu has prioritized the participation of youth and women in leadership, hence the appointment of so many youth in decision-making leadership positions. Mr. Kabwe has, however, challenged youth with viable projects to come forth and present them to the office of the Vice President for guaranteed support. Okay, let's just start right there. I'm not going to make this long. This is just a comment on some of these things. When there is an uprising, sort of a youth uprising, they're looking for better governance, better way of doing things, and everything like that. And you are saying we are assigning these contracts to the youth, and anybody who has a business idea or something should come to the office of the Vice President. Why should youth come to the office of Vice President? How many youth are going to come to the office of the Vice President? In the country of Zambia, in our country, how many youth are going to come to the office of the Vice President? How many youth are in Zambia? And you want them to come to the office of the Vice President? This is insane. Yes, this is insane. This is what we say. When you talk about governance systems, this is the crazy things that you stump on, that you come across. It's why should a youth with an idea to start a business, supplying in this situation, whatever, have to go to the office of the vice president? This is the vice president of the nation, of the country. If the youth, those that live in Nakonde, they are supposed to go to Lusaka to present ideas to the vice president, business ideas to the vice president, who has an open door policy. Why can't the youth, why don't you put an office right there in Nakonde where the youth can go and be saved even better than you would in Lusaka at the office of the vice president? What business does the vice president of Zambia have, the office of the vice president of Zambia have to do with, looking at business opportunities, actually dealing with youth that are coming up with business ideas? This is the office of the vice president, and you expect youth to head over there and make appointments? Is that it? Appointments? Mr. Kabwe challenged youth with viable projects to come forth and present them to the office of the vice president for guaranteed support. So, you are willing to take on 1,000 youths? 1,000 young men and women can come to the office of the vice president? There are how many youth in Zambia? And let's say there are 5 million, and 2 million are looking for something to do. This is doing business with closed eyes. This is backward. This is we have a long way to go. This is what the youth are saying should change. It should change. You can't do things this way in a country anymore. You can't do business like this anymore. You have set aside 75% of contracts for youth, and you expect them to come to the office of the vice president, which is in Lusaka. There are youth in Kaputa. There are youth in Munilunga. There are youth in Kalawo. There are youth in Isoka. And you want them to come to the... Who is empowering the youth in Isoka? Those are the things you need to think about. Who's empowering the youth in Isoka? Who is carrying the elucidation regarding opportunities that are available for the youth in Isoka? Where do they start? Where do they get on the bus to come to Lusaka for this? This is not the way we should be doing things. Guys, this is not the way we should be doing things in Zambia. The only youth you are looking at, Bamlusaka. And the only youth that you are looking at are those that are not actually really worse off. They are not that poor. Those are the only youth that can manage to come to the office of the vice president to propose ideas. They are not street youth. They are not on the street. we are looking for opportunities for youth of all status. In every status category, you are looking to empower the youth. You are looking to create opportunities for all the youth, which means that those opportunities must be taken to where they live, to all the districts in Zambia. That's how this thing should be done. You just can't announce an opportunity and say we are allocating 75% or whatever. The other, just before this, the president is allocating 30,000 kwacha, 30,000 kwacha, not $30,000, 30,000 kwacha for. And you have billions of dollars of copper bleeding out of the country, and you are talking about 30,000 kwacha, But anyway, back to this, guys. This is ridiculous. You can't have youth in Zambia. Means the vice president office should be above this. It should be above this. The country should have an office in every district where the youth should be able to go. Any person should be able to go to a district office, responsible, the appropriate district office, to be afforded such an opportunity. And this opportunity cannot be sectional. It should be measured by the, social status of the youth, because you are looking to uplift the plight of every youth in Zambia, not just those that live in Lusaka and have the privilege to be able to go to the office of the vice president. This is what we're saying should change. The government should change how it governs the country. It should change. That's another discussion. Now I'm going to talk about that. But for my first one here, I just want to comment. I want everybody to think about what these things mean, because for many of our citizens, when you are reading articles such as this, you just think, wow, the government has set aside 75% of contracts for youths and all that stuff. Then you start to read. When you read through the article, you find a lot of nonsense in it. A lot of nonsense, and you find that they're not doing anything for the youth. 75% the youth contract for the youth. No youth is going to go there to the vice president's office, maybe one or two or something like that. Then 75% contracts, all these contracts will end up being, mismanaged or corrupted. That's what happens. That's the order of business. That's the order of business. That's exactly what's going to happen. You can't expect the youth to come with ideas to the office of the vice president from all over Zambia. There's nonsense in this. Let me scroll down here and see what are they saying. What are they? What are people saying in comments here? Let me see if I can get comments. Look at some of the comments. You don't use a band-aid to cure a septic wound. I'm not giving. Is this 30 million kwacha that will solve the problem the country is facing, because money has always been there? Let's see. It looks like all youth must open up companies or businesses. The government that only knows how to run campaigns and not managing the country. You're right, my friend, Willie Chibuye. That's exactly what I'm talking about. This is a circus. It's a circus. I don't even know who writes this. Who writes these things? I mean, I'm not blaming the publisher. I'm talking about who comes up with these things. Like, it's a great idea. comes up with these things in the office of Mr. Kawe? You think right? Sir, you think right? You got all your cards up straight up there. It's you don't know what kind of thinking goes into this crap. This is crap. This is crap. It's annoying. It's making a mockery of the kids. The whole country needs support from our own resources that we have. This is John Kawe. The whole country needs support from our own resources that we have. Sharing, not a problem. Increase salaries to those who are on employment, pay all retirees and all that. Robert Mutale Nkata. We need cheap fuel. You see, when you read I don't know if these people when you read the comments, useless government, all this while they have been waiting for youth to make noise and all that. All this is meaningless, guys. This is meaningless because it is far from solving anything. This is just playing games. This is sheer incompetence. I call this incompetence. This is incompetence, and someone is going to benefit, and it's not going to be the youth. I guarantee that. This is not going to be the youth. In any normal country, nobody expects youth with good ideas to go to the vice president's office. What foolishness is that? Guys, you can't think, up to now, you haven't figured out, simple things as, government must be represented effectively in all districts. You haven't figured, if we haven't figured that out by now, then I don't know where we're headed. I really don't know, but I have a very strong argument. I have a very strong opinion about that. So I'm going to wait until I do my next one. This is just a start. 20 minutes is enough. I just wanted to comment on this and look at these comments and let me see some of the comments here. That's what I'm gonna be doing for a while. Nelson. Suddenly, government realizes Zambia has youth. They haven't. Naso, Nelson, Zulu, Zuwolo, or however he pronounces that name. They haven't, Naso. Kelvin Mwinga. All of a sudden, the entire government machinery has started using their ears, listening to our problems as disgruntled youth, just as they competed in issuing threats of breaking our bonds. There's now competition on who listens the most. Fellow disgruntled youth, let's not be hoodwinked. This isn't listening to our problems. No, the disgruntled adults and just mourning the important way. Just mourning. Okay, I'm not sure what it means there. We scored one on Monday game, hence this hurried listening. Yeah, they seem like they are listening. I don't think they are listening, fellow citizen. This is the most pathetic things. A government. I'll tell you guys, all those that are commenting on this. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. The only way that you are going to see effective government is to change the entire system. The entire system must change. Period. End of discussion. The entire system must change. The way we govern, the way Zambia is governed must change. Period. End of discussion. That's the only way we are going to change things. So anyway, I just wanted to comment on this one. I'm coming back. All right. I am coming back. I am coming back in full force because I'm going to attack this stuff. I've had it reading this kind of nonsense all the time. nonsense after nonsense, and to the unsuspecting citizens, all this makes sense. Wow, the government is now listening and all that, and this is mediocrity at its best. In here, this stuff that's written in here is mediocrity at this page. So, guys, still a lot of work to do here. So I'm gonna end here for now. I'm gonna be coming with very strong opinions. I'll be following on these things. I've had a lot of opinions that I've kept to myself, but I want to talk about them. I wanna share my opinions on some of this nonsense, and we'll see what happens. But watch out for more comments coming up, and please subscribe to my channel here. I'll be probably putting out a comment every day. I'm gonna be talking about some really important issues of governance. So I hope a lot of you will be listening. If you follow me on Facebook, I think you have already seen that I have a lot of opinions in writing on there. So I just want to add a voice to some of what I see, especially some of the quick things where I don't have to get into a lot of detail on principle and of governance and a lot of other subjects that I talk about. But come back, please subscribe, because I want to be sharing a lot of opinions with you, a lot of information, digesting a lot of digesting as well as unpacking a lot of stuff that is published on our media, that's stuff that government is proposing, some nonsense, the nonsense behind it. We're going to unpack everything and see what nonsense is there. So I'm geared up, I'm pumped. Let's do this. All right, so for now I'm gonna stop now, and watch out for my next video, maybe tomorrow night or the next day. I'll try and put out one, because I'll be reading this stuff carefully, very carefully. So I'm gonna probably be putting an opinion out. One, look at some and look at the comments. I like reading my fellow citizen comments, so I'll read some of the comments and make comments on comments, so to speak. That'll make it interesting. But guys, thanks for listening. This is a podcast style presentation. So once in a while I'll show my face so you can see me. So as always, remember, Ubuya Ntanshibantu, guys. Ubuya Ntanshibantu, and that's very serious. It cannot be more appropriate to say that than at this moment. Ubuya Ntanshibantu, the progress of our country is in our own hands, and right now our country is not going nowhere. Okay, so we'll be talking. All right. All right. Till next time.